Hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be organizing my jewelry and finding somewhere to put it. And then at the end of this video, I will be giving my tips on how to organize jewelry. And you will have bought it and styled it and been so ready to wear it, and then you go look for it and it's gone. I have started cleaning my room. Yes, I have started doing a room edit. I have watched the Netflix show, and it has kind of inspired me and made me want to clean everything because I am currently living in a state of chaos. It's just chaos everywhere. The bookshelves are chaos, the closet is chaos, my desk, chaos, and in between everywhere are these little bits of jewelry. So, jewelry, it's small, it's adorable, it really can make an outfit, but it's also something that will go missing just of its own volition. It will totally disappear and you will have bought it and styled it and been so ready to wear it, and then you go look for it and it's gone. That has been what I am living. I wanted to start off my room edit with organizing my jewelry. So I feel like the best way to start cleaning is to get up all the little things that I'm really worried about losing, because if I start moving the big things, I'm not gonna know what happened to the little things. In fact, I do have little cuffs, which I guess I need to add to my treasure hunt list. And yeah, my treasure hunt list will be finding all of the things that I have lost over the past few years. I know they're here, I just don't know where they are. So it's a treasure hunt. But now I'm gonna get to organizing my jewelry and finding a spot for the pieces. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how I built my first jewelry organizer. There are many videos on how to build a jewelry organizer, but I wanted one that was quick, easy, and basically I already had most of the materials for. Starting. So yeah, I just pretty much laid out all of the things that I have. I bought styrofoam, yes, styrofoam, at Dollar Tree. I know it looks ridiculous, just bear with it, okay? And I also had the styrofoam tubes, which give it a little hanging area. Then I have my sparkly bedazzled thing that I'm gonna put over it. That was sort of a last minute thought, I really didn't plan that, but yeah. So I laid everything out. I also needed a paintbrush, paint. I have a straw. I like boba straw, so it's not a thin straw, it's a boba straw. And yeah, I just got to painting really. So it takes a while to layer on black paint, just layering and layering, because styrofoam kind of absorbs paint and it just kind of goes into those little divots. And yeah, so I just layered it on. I didn't need an extra paint bottle though. I was able to just keep layering that one paint bottle on, and it lasted through all of the things. So I went and I did the sides and the front, any place that I thought would show, and I had to leave it face surface up. That way the parts that I painted weren't drying somewhere that they would smear all over the place. So I just painted the tops of my tubes and let those dry, and then I rotated them and painted the other sides after all of that dried. Then I needed to do some measuring, so I measured, it's not half, I measured 2/3, I think. I wanted them to be staggered, and then I have a giant knife and I cut my styrofoam in half. So yeah, I didn't need to paint any of the surfaces that weren't going to show, so the bottoms of all of the styrofoam, I didn't paint it, but I painted all of the tubes for sure. And yeah, then I just got ready to layer it on. I staggered the shelf stacky things, that way they wouldn't be one right in front of the other. I thought at first that I wanted them run one right in front of the other, but I didn't. So actually with my little bedazzled things, I could just stab holes with my pen and mark where I wanted to cut out the bedazzled, because I knew it would be a problem if I tried to glue on top of the little jewels. So yeah, I just marked with a pen, and I marked a little space for the squares too. So I didn't try and cut through any jewels, I just cut through the little fabric holding it together. And I do have a hot glue gun, it's ancient, and yeah, I got to work with my hot glue gun and just started letting it, heat up off to the side. And then I was able to just cut the little threads between the jewels away. They're actually super simple to cut, and I didn't make a mess of it, luckily. I was really worried I would. But yeah, if I want to use those little pieces later, I totally can, and that is what is exciting about it. So I just double checked to make sure that the little stands would fit, and they did. They matched my measurements, which was really good. So see how it's staggered? And then I just layered it in. So the two little holes are for where the straws are going to go. Yeah, so I just made sure it was lined up, and then it has adhesive on the back, so I just stuck it right down. It actually didn't take me much time at all. And then I had to cut my boba straw in half. I wouldn't recommend you using the, what are those things called? Toothpicks necessarily. I did because I felt like I didn't want the thing to fall over. The hot glue probably does a good enough job. But if you want to use them, you can. I don't know. They just seemed like very finicky to me. And then with the boba straw, I just stuck the boba straw right in there. I had a color that I really liked because I like the blues, and I got it to match. And I wanted somewhere to put my rings. So I realized, you know what? Genius place to put my rings. Boba straws are perfect for that. And then I just secured it with a little bit more hot glue. I also did hot glue along the sides, not just on the bottom of my styrofoam. And tried not to make a giant mess of it. So then I layered a little bit just so I could put the tubes on. I didn't cover the entire surface, just wide enough for my tubes to fit. And those will hang, like, I guess, bracelets and definitely my necklaces. Okay, so yeah, my necklaces and my earrings and yeah, my things are all over the place. My rings are just randomly loose beneath my like toothbrush toiletry things, and it's chaos, just chaos. But I happen to have this shadow box, and it's been sitting around and like just gathering dust for ages. So I just cut the plastic off of it, and I realized, you know what, instead of not using, that's my cat, sorry. Instead of not using it at all, I decided that it would make more sense for me to use it for something than literally nothing, which is what it is. That's what its purpose has been all these years. So I first tested to see if I could hang like my longest earrings, and I could. Also, I did not take the papers off because see how they're like sunburned underneath? I left this thing in the sun for ages. So yeah, honestly, the sun took the color out of them. So if I remove those papers, I kind of need to replace them with something else. And then I just layered in my earrings. So yeah, I mean, it was very simple, and I just put the tallest ones somewhere that they could kind of hang, and I really like it. I think it turned out really well. Also, I didn't have to build anything, and it keeps my little earrings from getting lost. So yeah, it just worked out very nicely and gave me a way to sort of layer them. Also, I have some more space, so if I need to add more earrings, I totally can. And I can switch out the papers if I want to as well, but for right now, I kind of like the designs on them. So I'm just leaving the designs there. So as you can see, I pretty much just used what I had around. $5 for the styrofoam and paint, and then everything else was just part of my craft type supplies. And all I have to do is make sure that I don't hang a super heavy necklace on one side and really light necklaces on the other. Also, I did think about putting push pins on the front surface of each stand so I could hang like necklaces on the front of those as well, but I didn't really want to puncture the styrofoam for the push pins, so I can always go back and do that if I want to, but I don't have to, and that is like room for expansion. But that is definitely one of my main tips, which is keep it simple, find something simple, and get the jewelry up as quickly as you can and into one spot. And then if you want to go back and buy like a nice jewelry case later, you can, but you haven't been putting it off and leaving your jewelry all over the place to, you know, just like get vacuumed up or something. And that way it is quickly dealt with. Use things that you already have. So the styrofoam was something that I didn't, but the giant shadow box thing was something that I had. Whatever plan I had for it, the plan is long gone, okay? We've moved on from the plan. Also, the back of it can come off, so if I want to replace the back with a different color to cover up the sunburn, I can. Or if I want to replace the little strings with like thicker strings or a different type, I can also do that as well. One big tip that I have is to definitely take inventory of your jewelry before you go and buy a giant jewelry case. I don't have bracelets. I really don't. I have like 2. Actually, there's 1, but it's missing. Yeah, I only have 2 bracelets, so I don't really need that much bracelet space. The bottom tier is what I would use for bracelet space, but I don't really need it because I don't have that many bracelets. Now, I do have some more organizing videos coming, and yeah, if you want notifications for those videos, then definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.